Hi guys, good morning. How are you? So it is Tuesday morning, March 13th, 12th. I forget. I was have to look it up. Anyway, this recording is primarily for Qigong students and students that are interested or people who are interested in traditional Chinese medicine. So we just finished having our clocks spring forward, so the time change again. So I won't go into how I feel about the time changes, but all of us have experienced not only the seasonal time changes, but anybody who's ever had to travel and fly through multiple time zones knows what it feels like to suffer jet lag. And what that is simply your body trying to readjust its circadian cycle to match what your watch says. Now, your body's been adjusting for weeks and months with the lengthening of the days towards summer or the shortening of the days towards winter. And we acclimate to that because it's slow and it's gradual the way it's supposed to be. But once again, the time change is a real quick little switch over. And then once again, if you've traveled across country or across the world, in rapid transit, trains or planes, you're crossing multiple time zones very, very quickly. Your body is not getting an opportunity to acclimate. So you tend to feel, ugh. Now there's three cures to that can help you adjust your body faster so you don't feel just wackadoodle. Now, some people don't feel it as much as others do. Sometimes it's age, general health, things of that nature. But I'm going to give you three actions that you can do right away that can help. Now, have I felt the time change? Yeah, I have. As I've gotten older, I've gotten a little bit more sensitive to it. But also, when I was still working day shift versus evenings, I felt it quite a bit. And so, if you have the ability to control your schedule a little bit, whether you're self employed or if you're retired or semi retired, you can kind of mitigate the effect a little bit. So, here you go, three tricks. First one, watch the sun rise, watch the sun set. Now, I'm not telling you to stare into the sunlight. That's a good way to damage your retina. You can put your face into the sun, close your eyes, and you can still sense the sunlight behind your eyelids. You've seen that before. But what you're doing is you are allowing the sun to hit your eyes and your retina. The retina is still going to pick it up. And the pineal gland, which is behind it, because that's some of the thinnest parts of the skull. And the pineal gland is responsible for putting out melatonin. And the sunlight helps to turn that off. So, what we want to do, and there's a lot more biochemistry to that, but what we want to do is to reset our clock by watching the sun come up and watching the sun set. Now, obviously, you probably are going to have to sleep in between those periods, but if you can do that, it has a huge effect. Trick number two, grounding. Now, many of you people already know what grounding is. It's literally going out and standing in the ground, not the sidewalk, not the street, but the earth itself. Dirt, grass, sand, mud, doesn't matter. Leaves, it doesn't matter. You're grounding. And you need to do it barefoot. Now, that can be problematic depending on where you live, your health, and your age. Now, I did it the other morning and it was cool and damp, but I was bundled up. My feet were bare, but I was standing in the grass in my front yard and it helped quite a bit. So you want to ground. And most people do it year round, which is great. Once again, it depends on where you live and the temperature and your age and your general health, but grounding. And then trick number three is using hourly clock training, knowing your meridians and your points. Now, this is getting into knowing a bit more about traditional Chinese medicine. So I'm going to open up my book here really quick and show you an hourly clock chart and how you would use it to reset your body clock. Get to it. There's a lot of pages to this. So using your body clock. Okay, this is a chart that I have. It's also in all of my training materials on the Kick site library. It's called the 5-element body clock points. And there is also this, the hourly clock and the hourly clock. And what you need to do is during the specific hours when certain elements and certain hours are front and center, you press those points. What are you doing? Well, when you look into the sun, you're doing a big reset. Okay. It's like changing your clock on your phone or on your watch from AM to PM. Big switch. But now what we want to do is by using the hourly clocks and pressing the 5-element body clock points, what we're doing is we're doing a micro adjustment. Like you look at your watch like, oh, I'm 5 minutes late, and you readjust your clock. That's what you're doing with these spots. Now you have to do it at the right time. So like right now, according to that clock, it's 9:25 a.m. So I'd go to my thing here on 9:25 a.m. and that's going to go into the stomach and spleen. So stomach and spleen, 9:25 a.m. is specifically spleen hours. Okay. And once again, we're getting into some weeds out here. And for some of you are like, what the hell is that? Okay. It's earth hours. This is when you're supposed to be eating good meals and getting protein-rich foods down. But during the spleen hours, which is between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m., you're supposed to be pressing the spleen spot on your body to readjust your clock. Now, the spleen spot is, if I can put it to you, is all right. So your hands and your feet are kind of related in some respects. So if that's your big toe, that would be right there. That's that bunion spot that a lot of people have. I've got them. What I want to do is I want to press on that knuckle on my foot, that big knuckle below the big toe, and I want to press on it. And you can either press it on both sides of your body for like 60 seconds, or you can palpate it. Press as you breathe in, release as you exhale, press as you inhale, release as you exhale, and do that up to 9 times. Do that bilaterally between the hours of 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. And you'll start to reset your body clock. Now, can you do this throughout the day? Yes, you can. You just go to your chart, look at your clock. It's like, oh, it says it's 2 in the afternoon. Okay, what's 2 in the afternoon? Well, 2 in the afternoon is small intestine time. And you would find that spot and palpate it. Okay, so that's getting into a lot of stuff. That's going to take some practice, some explanation, and some training. If you're interested in this stuff, come to class. If you can't come to class, you can find this stuff online. But once again, caveat. Remember, there's a lot of stuff online, and a lot of it can be posted by idiots. Okay, I know that's not a nice thing to say. It's going to hurt somebody's feelings. But remember, anybody, including me, can post anything on YouTube. And they may not know what they're talking about, or they've got some woo-woo thing going on in their head. This stuff, Chinese hourly clock, body element training, goes back thousands of years based on observation and practice. So it's got some real street cred to it. So anyway, those are your 3 big fixes to help adjust your body faster to these time changes. And you can use these adjustments as well if you are traveling across country or across the world and you're going through multiple time changes. And like your body says, no, it's still 7 o'clock in the morning. And you're over on the other side of the planet where it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And your body's just not happy. Okay, yes, rest. Obviously, if you're tired, rest. But once again, big adjustment. Watch the sun come up or watch the sun go down. I know here in Oregon, it's tough because half the time we can't see the sun because it's behind cloud cover. But you can still turn your face to the east and turn it to the west at the appropriate time. 2, grounding. Do it to the best of your ability. Pick a better time of day. Pick a time of day where it's very comfortable, it's very nice, and your body can handle being out barefoot in the dirt, the mud, the grass, the sand, whatever. Try to be out there a minimum of about 5 to 6 minutes if you can. You're trying to let all of your blood circulate through your body a couple, 2, 3 times and get the effect of that. And there's science to back that up too. And then last of all, use the Chinese hourly clock to readjust using your 5-element body clock points and do those micro adjustments. Okay, that's all I wanted to share with you. I wanted to make this really short and sweet. It's like I said, a lot of this seems like, woo woo, fuzzy wuzzy, granola eating, flip flop, woo, stuff, but there actually is a lot of science and medicine behind it. All right, you guys have a phenomenal day. I got to get my building ready for my Qigong students. We teach classes here on Tuesdays and Thursday mornings from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. here at the Karate for Kids in South Salem. If you can be a student of ours, even if it's only once a week, that's fantastic. Once a week is better than none a week. So I will let you know when we do have a early summer event coming up. I'll get that posted. It'll be on several social media platforms. Watch for it. Watch for invitations to come in. So if you can't do Tuesday mornings, Thursday mornings, but you could make it to maybe a once every 10 weeks, Saturday morning immersion, watch for those events. You are invited. They are free. They are, well, let me put it to you, they're donation based. And the donations that you give, you're not paying me. I'm actually collecting those monies and sending them to a charity that I support through the school. It's for an orphanage in Uganda to feed, clothe, and shelter children and orphans. So if you'd like to be part of that, ask me about it. All right. You guys have a phenomenal day. Let me turn this off and get ready for my classes. Bye.